That was quick. I forgot that it pops in right immediately where we left off. All right, if we're gonna go with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Meow? Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table, almost on instinct. Stella slams her book shut. Aw, hey, Pixel. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. Ha ha. Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget our treats. That music seems a bit loud, so I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. What's up, Rando? Oh, of course we do. We have a history of it. Well, of course. Pixel immediately goes to town on Stella's treats. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of your books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Why do you let a paper shredder freely wander a library? Have you seen this little guy's face? How could I say no to that? This H. See, look at that. Look at that cute little face. Look at poor Gretch. You decide to leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. I have a feeling that the developer has an issue with cats in this game. All right, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Let's talk about the historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Oh my God, you read that? That book was assigned as punishment if we misbehaved in school. It's an excellent sleep aid. NyQuil and melatonin have nothing on historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Rumor has it that nobody has read it from cover to cover. You guys are missing out. That's one of my favorite books here. Such rich history. Guess we're just kindred spirits, Darker Neon. Bro, you're getting awfully friendly with what was high school students, 2 years ago? Seems a little creepy. Yeah, Gretch, that face. That's the one I would make. If we're serious about solving this mystery, we have to learn as much as we can about the town's past. No, we were missing nukes long before even Bush Sr. If we really want to get into it. I think it was within the first 10 years of inventing nukes, we had lost one around Georgia. Somewhere around there. Oh, definitely. I brought this book here for a reason. I'm just surprised somebody finally got through it. Stella, when were you going to tell me that Mare is a dog? Darn, I was hoping it'd be a surprise. Scarlet Hollow hasn't had a human mare since the 1920s. Yeah, if you were hoping the mare might be able to help us out here, you're out of luck. What happened to the estate? At some point, the hill it was built on started falling apart. I think it's pretty stable at this point, though. Nice. That's cool. Is it, Stella? You've seen the place. And if half of it is still mostly okay. Why don't people go to church here? We've just never really had a good pastor around these parts. Not as long as I've been around, at least. I'm not really much of a church person anyway. Who has the time? The building gives off weird vibes too, not the fun haunted way. Yeah, I've actually thought about putting up a Patreon, but I just don't like the idea of, in my position, paywalling something. Like what you're doing makes perfect sense. For something what I'm doing, it feels wrong somehow. Even the hospital here is named after my family. I know it's in the name, but calling it a hospital is generous. Right now, it's a one-woman medical clinic. If any serious emergencies happen these days, we've got to call an ambulance from out of town. That's where Reese and his mom live. She's the town doctor, though these days she doesn't really see a lot of patients. Yeah, I know there are free tiers. Like I said, in your position, that's great. That's perfectly fine. But I'm just talking for my position. You paywalling, some of your articles and stuff makes perfect sense to me. Or some of your writing, like that makes perfect sense. Me paywalling a video or two feels weird. Like, I mean, I'd get it if it was like, okay, I release it like an uncut version of like a YouTube video on there, but Twitch doesn't really have me censor anything. So it's just, I don't know, it's just weird to me. I'm definitely turning that music even further down for me. The Tremaine homestead seems like the only thing here that doesn't have the Scarlet name stamped on it. Yeah, I think they've been around these parts even longer than our family, though they're the Tremaines and the Callaways now. They literally split their farmhouse in half over the schism. Duke, rest his soul, was one of the last two Callaways left. I guess it's just down to Bo now. I can't imagine what he's going through right now. About the coal mines. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who had to work up there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. That means two things. Brando, your influence is rubbing off on me. Stop it. Get some help. What happened after the mine collapse? This book just kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, Scarlet Hollow Mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. History tends to be written by winners. Maybe there's more to Charles Shaw's story than these dusty old books are letting on. Yeah, he probably blew it up to collapse it himself. Get rid of the dissidents. Isn't the first time a mine owner has done that. Normally I'd be inclined to agree with you there, but we're talking about an old-timey coal boss. I'd be shocked if he wasn't cutting corners. Darker Neon does make a fair point. Shaw was certainly a problematic figure, but there might be other details that were lost to time. Sure, but the guy was run out of town on a rail. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over the far wall. I want to see that mural. He got off easy, if you ask me. A union-busting mine collapse from poor working conditions? Color me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what the sculpture out front is for, commemorating all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in the Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse of 1918. Our teachers love to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably to try and show us how good we have it, or whatever. Low bar, if you ask me. You know that could be what the ditchlings are warning us about? Another collapse. Writing it down on a list of potential disasters. Yeesh, Stella, that's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. And there's no way you could get away with that kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Yeah, y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? Haha, no, I don't think so. Had me worried there for a sec. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. And if you remember back to the little prologue we had about the guy talking about his friends when we were on the bus, who went to work for the mines, but he hasn't heard from them. I don't know, it might seem a little suspicious. Just saying. You never know. What if the ditchlings are coming from the mines? Maybe there's some sort of subterranean creature the miners accidentally dug up? Yeah, okay. Okay, see you soon. I'm not gonna lie, at this point, I'd believe that. It'd certainly tick off a bunch of cryptid boxes. The mines have been active for over 150 years. I'd be surprised if they'd only managed to dig something up now. You guys seem pretty serious about this, huh? This guy's really nosy. It's almost like he's listening in and gathering information for somebody else. Do you think there's a cult here? Do you guys think that there's a cult here? Those cops were awfully suspicious, almost like they're trying to cover something up. Really weird combination of being dismissive and trying to pin things on me. I don't know, it just feels like a cover-up. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but I'm not sure they really have it in them to be part of a cult. Definitely, I don't think they're capable of putting in the effort. Actually, you'd be surprised, coming from somebody that grew up kind of in one. You'd be surprised at how easy it is for people to fall into that kind of trap. Maybe somebody y'all knows, maybe somebody you don't. Stella, what were you saying about nuclear incidents? You were talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple of bombs. See, that's what I mean. That was literally the one I was trying to remember. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. Well, of course not. They hadn't pulled the pins for it. See, a lot of people don't realize they have to be armed, so if it's an accidental drop, they really can't go off. Legitimately, nuclear... If it wasn't so hard, everybody'd have them. And I know it feels like everybody has them, but they're really difficult to make right. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent. No, it's because somebody didn't pull the pin. Look it up. It's unless they lied again, which, don't get me wrong. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right, its conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. Goldsboro is over 300 miles from here. I don't think we have to worry about that. Yeah, that's fair. It wouldn't make sense for ditchlings to be here specifically if that was the case too. We also really shouldn't be looking into... We also really shouldn't be looking too much into the whole disaster angle. Whatever those creatures are, they're biological. You never know with radiation. Actually, yeah. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. Planet of the Apes reference. Just saying. I've missed this. Any luck with Rosalina? Haha, not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. No, it pretty much does. I'll probably head out once you're all done and check in on her usual haunts. Do you think Wayne factors into any of this? I honestly wouldn't be shocked. There's something seriously wrong with him. Like, I can viscerally feel it in my guts. Maybe he's sick. Maybe that has something to do with what you saw in the woods. I don't know. I'd buy it. So, Silent Scarlet. What a revisionist biography. Really glosses over all the war crimes to paint a picture of a self-made man. It's a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject. Bingo. Yep, dude was a monster. Sorry you're related to him. Do you think the ditchlings are here for retribution? That seems tenuous, assuming Kanika's mom is right, and they're here as an omen, not because they're going to do something themselves. And I think we know how I feel on the matter. Appalachian folk monsters. So, Appalachian folk monsters? Hopkinsville goblins were silvery, small, and traveled in a pack. There's a lot of similarities to ditchlings there. Those are 100% confirmed aliens, though. Unless the Hopkinsville goblins were just a couple of owls some drunk farmer saw at 3 a.m. They're not aliens, and before you say it, no, ditchlings aren't aliens either. Doesn't matter if either of them are aliens. What matters here are the similarities between them. Okay. Alright, I can respect that, but even if the Hopkinsville goblins were ditchlings, there's not a whole lot to go on there, and that's a big if. It'd probably rule out the whole Port of Doom thing. I'm already ruling that out. Wampus cats sound like they could be mountain lions. A voice like a woman crying out somewhere between person size and cat size. Yeah, that's just a mountain lion. Definitely, they are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal. Sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started out as a prank, then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out. Now here we are. Actually, the whole prank thing has been debunked because the guy who says he wore the suit, there was no way he could wear the suit, and he had no real proof that he was even one of their friends, other than he was seen as being one of their friends later, not during the time period the Patterson-Gimlin film was filmed. You know, the guy waited, 40, 50 years before he said, oh, it was all a prank and a hoax. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of a Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. I'm holding you to it. Do you think ditchlings are Tommyknockers? What, with the whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommyknockers live in mines. That's like their whole thing. I'm going to write it down, though. Tommyknockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Exactly. I think I said that when we were reading through. Are they? Or are they the sound of mysterious creatures pounding on the rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. Okay, that's just... I like your sense of wonder, but yeah, see, Gretch has got the right face here. Like, really? There's some similarities between Mothman and ditchlings. Both of them are portents of doom. Mothman, love that guy. There's a whole subgenre of cryptids that serve as bad omens, but the disaster angle is definitely a clear connection. Maybe they're the larval stage of a Mothman. Maybe that's what ditchlings are. Maybe Mothman is what happens when a ditchling is all grown. I just said that. Quit copying my homework. But they're already reproducing. And they don't have wings. And they're pale and blobby. Huh. They have a certain caterpillar vibe, don't they? Why am I even engaging with you on this? Portents of doom aren't real. Why is the Jersey Devil even in this book? The Pine Barrens are specifically not in Appalachia. Because he's cool. Jersey Devil is like the granddaddy of North American cryptids, and it's kind of close to Appalachia. Back when I was a kid, I always wanted one as a pet. My mom used to tell me the Talipo story. I'd totally forgotten all about it. My mom used to tell me the Talipo story back when I was a kid. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did. I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from the Talipo, the one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. It's also why some stairs are found in the woods. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Talipo. I've camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff because you're camping out in the woods. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're going to get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. There's... The Bell Witch sounds terrifying. Yeah, no kidding. Thankfully, she isn't real. Never heard of ginseng babies. Oh yeah, that myth is pretty buried. The author managed to unearth it for this book. Yes, I got it. But seriously, whoever wrote this book definitely stretched things out so they could include some of their favorite stuff. Like how the Jersey Devil is in it. Have you seen what ginseng roots look like though? Creepy stuff. Yeah, they look like ginger roots. They look like roots. Creepy, but incapable of screaming. Yeah, that's one of those sayings that even I don't buy into. Let's move on. The mines are the obvious common thread here. Are the obvious common thread between everything we've researched, between Wayne, the old collapse, and the fact that the whole town's practically built around him? They're the smartest place to start our investigation. Good idea. There's an awful lot of miner-related stuff in my notes. We can poke around, find out if there's anyone seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you two are suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good, let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Neeks, we're just going to question one of the miners, some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us a reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when you come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Yeah, and hopefully we can find out what we need. Find out what happened to Wayne while we're at it. Maybe Tabitha can help us out. Ha! No, I don't think she'd be super jazzed to see any of us snooping around the mines. I can't imagine what she'd do if we actually bothered her while she's trying to run that place. She does get a little grumpy when she's at work. She gets grumpier at work. I'm pretty sure pissed is that girl's baseline level of existence. Chatting over dinner might be a better way to get to know her. If you're okay eating boxed mac and cheese. We can sneak around the mines, no problem. She won't even know we were there. Look at us going out on a caper together. I miss this. I missed it too. Though there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been. Have you seen him lately? Nope. I tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Darker Neon. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. See you, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you all posted. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall. an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness and nightmares. Unending nightmare. Unlike several of the other entries in historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow, this one still looks mostly like what it did in the book. Pap, pap, pap. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies too. Shh, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. I will get these right. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come and hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Or maybe he's just depressed. You need to get him out of his ass and get him outside, touch some grass. You as a doctor should know, vitamin A is probably the leading antidepressant known to man. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. It's just been so long since either of us gotten a chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Darker Neon would get along super well, too. We're just going for a light walk, and I've heard such great things about your son. Stella's right. We're going for a light walk, and I've heard such great things about your son. I'm only in town for a few more days, and it'd be a shame if I didn't get the chance to meet him. Dr. Kelly looks you up and down and sighs. All right, you win. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper, and y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise that it'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. I'm sure he'll be happy to meet you too, Darker Neon. That would be great. I can bring a side dish. Maybe deviled eggs? Does he still eat those? No, eggs are a little bit much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Yeah, this is definitely Munchausen by proxy. All right, I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yes, fine. You can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale preferred. Why does this feel like it and, what's his name? The hypochondriac. They're bullshit. They're gazebos. What? Oh. It's not Eddie. It's the other one. Any of y'all watch it? No, it was... There was Richie. It was Eddie. Anybody still there? Okay. Oh, and leave the dog at home. Okay. She might cheer him up. They have those therapy... Ah, okay. They have those therapy dogs in hospice. No dogs. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. God, that woman makes me nervous. She used to be so nice when we were kids. Always had the best stickers when we got our shots. Maybe she's just stressed about Reese. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool. I'll take my shortcut. I'll take my shortcut then. It shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Darker Neon. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Actually, I feel kind of protective. I probably should go with her through the woods, especially with the ditchlings. Either way works for me. All right, Stella, what's actually up with you and cars? The mines have got to be a ways off, right? Don't worry about it, Darker Neon. There's a lot of junk in the back of my van. It gets a little tight with more than 2 people. I'm still going to walk with Stella. I'll walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but feel that danger lurks beyond the trees. Hey, thanks for coming along with us. With Gretchen and me, I mean. I hope I haven't seemed too cold about everything that happened last night. Truth is that I'm barely keeping myself together. I just don't know how to let it out. Duke died out there last night, and I can't stop thinking that it might have been my fault. Dunkin' blueberry muffin coffee with Italian sweet. Wow. That does sound pretty good. I'm not a particular fan of Dunkin' coffee that I know of. At least a few times I've tried it, I haven't been a big fan, but blueberry muffin coffee with an Italian sweet cream? Oh, that sounds like decadent. If only I didn't drag you along into the woods. If only I did anything when everything went sideways. Stella pauses, searching for what to say. It's like there's this guilt boiling under my skin, but the only way I can process what happened is by turning off the part of me that feels things. All right. I'm sure there's a Kroger somewhere around here, but Wally World's close. And I'm sure they'll have some kind of sweet cream. I mean, an Italian sweet cream might be hard to find, but I could probably find something similar. Shoot, the H-E-B around here might have it. Hey, look at Stella, or Gretchen. You see this pup? Look at that. Wait, what? I just skipped something. Going under the skin. Okay, no, I didn't miss anything. Never mind. When I'm around other people, it's like I think of Duke dying as it's just a thing that happened. Like it's just part of another video. Because if I actually admit to other people that I feel something, then I'd have to admit to myself that what happened is my fault. I don't think it was her fault. Yeah, she froze, but it shows how much she actually cared about Duke because, I mean, Gretchen is her dog. And she was frozen with indecision between which one she actually should help more so. And, I mean, Gretchen, what did she say? Almost 19-year-old pug? 18-year-old pug? Something like that? You know, that dog is about as old as her. And, you know, sure, she's known Duke all her life, but that's not somebody of her family. So, I mean, of course anybody would freeze in that moment. What happened, happened. We have to make the choice to move forward. Thanks, Darker Neon. You're right. I should be better at taking my own advice. I'm glad we could talk about this, though. I can't imagine what it'd be like to go through something like last night alone. The conversation comes to a dramatic halt, with you, Stella, and Gretchen all whirling around to face the source of the sound. It's a boy. Whoa, calm down, girl. It's just a bird. The same probably goes for the two of us. I guess we're all a little on edge. Let's hurry to the mine. Shouldn't be much further. Yeah, I'm more worried about that. Because that's a gap. You see it? Kanika casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey. Y'all have a good walk? Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out or anything. You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Yes, cardinals and omen. Nope. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we just go talk to people. I guess so. I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. I love the googly eyed dog in the background. Sorry, that's just funny. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. If Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? You know these cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van that I didn't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We can just do a group call. I call dibs. I love to do a good sneak. You're gonna do great. Kanika hands you a pair of earbuds. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha's headed your way. Dang, I miss doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Oh, thanks. I do my best. I guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah? Stella and Kanika break off, leaving you alone at the entrance to the mines. Your phone buzzes. Hey. What, you sad you all alone? Can you hear us? Try saying something. You're loud and clear. Cool. Same goes for you. Nothing to do now but enter the worksite. Entree. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow Mine. I have a feeling your cousin's keeping you out to protect you from something. I'm in. All right, Morpheus. Good to know. Approach the nearest group of miners. You approach the nearest group of miners, a blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, and an old-timer. Their uniforms identify them as Harrison, Davis, and Zax. One's volunteer fire department. So that's Davis. That must be Zach. So that's Harrison. Got it. You got a reason to be bothering us? Hey, I'm Tabitha's cousin. Yeah, we know. Me and Davis were in the diner yesterday when you popped in. Yeah, I remember. How can we help? Y'all can chill out. Just because I'm Tabitha's cousin doesn't mean I'm a snitch. Yeah, all right. You know anything about this guy named Wayne? Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut-up. Miss that dude. What happened to him? Miners shift for a moment, uncomfortably glancing at one another. Isn't that the guy y'all said was, he's gone. That's all that matters. I'm gonna press him. What happened to him? What do you think you are, some sort of cop? Yeah, I don't like the smell of this one bit. I know bait when I see it. Let's get out of here. Our shift's about to start anyway. I pushed too hard. Pack up your things and leave. Approach the other group of miners. You stop in your tracks, shiver running up your spine as an unfortunately familiar voice calls out to you. You shouldn't have come here. It's dangerous. Why are you following me? You don't have to be afraid of me. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. Yeah? Where were you while I was in the woods? Watching. I would have stepped in if you were ever truly in danger. Before you can say another word, the figure is gone. Hey, Darker Neon, you still there? We've just been getting static from you. Yeah, I figured. Oh, don't mind me. Our new friend just stopped by to say hello. Whoa, I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay? He said some real ominous shit to me. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. That sort of thing. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, I care about your safety. This just means we're on the right track, and I'm not about to back down. Wayne trying to make me leave just means that we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Whoa, so brave. Heck yeah, Dark Neon. We've got your back. I think it's time to go find out. Ah, scream. Nice try, though. If I had to look, like turn my head to actually, talk into the mic a different way, I wouldn't have seen that come up. You almost had me. Like, you literally missed it by milliseconds. You make your way to the trailer in the middle of camp. Why would I hang up and enter? Just enter. Let them hear what's going on. I want to talk to your manager. You enter Tabitha's trailer and find her sitting at her desk, her head buried in her hands. Boss, gift peanut butter. What are you doing here? And what are those ridiculous things doing in your ears? Oh crap, good luck. Sorry, Darker Neon. Is that Stella and Kanika? Are you spying on me? Sorry, Tabitha snatches the earbuds out of your ear. Typical phone-addicted city dweller. Ugh. What do you want? Quick, before I kick you out. Who is Wayne? You know what? This doesn't progress the story, so I'm going to try it. I can just leave if you want. No, you're already here. Might as well tell me what's so important. Who is Wayne? He keeps following me. I don't know who you think has been following you, but it's not him. If you're going around asking questions about Sam Wayne, you're probably going to hear some rumors. Sam was friendly with me. He even came around to the estate a few times, and a lot of the workers here just can't seem to get over it. He disappeared, and despite what a lot of people seem to be insinuating, I don't know what happened to him. I don't even know if he's alive. And I'm pretty sure he's not. He's a revenant of some kind. Stella and Gretchen banned, even though there's a bunch of pictures of them. That's funny. Jeez, this lady is just not clean. Whatever, it's fine. I know it's easy to blame the mean boss for that sort of thing, but I digress. If someone's following you, you should just stay at the estate where it's safe. I don't think the estate is safe. He was watching me from outside my room. Look at this boot print I found in the garden facing my window. You show Tabitha the photo you took earlier today. That's a little unsettling. But I assure you, the estate is well guarded against intruders. We haven't seen a guard or any cameras. I won't let anything happen to you this week. I promise. Look, if it'll make you feel better, I can ask some of my men about him. I doubt much will come of it, though. Not many employees want to get caught tattling to their boss. Yeah. I think there might be a mine collapse soon. The creatures I saw last night are supposed to be some sort of portent of doom. I'm just doing whatever I can to keep people safe. Look, I get it. I really do. Stella has a knack for spinning people into hysterics over shadows. But the only credible threat to the mines right now is me not being able to do my job. I think there's a lot more going on here. Well, leave it at that. Look, I'm kind of swamped right now. I was actually getting ready for a big meeting when you walked in. But if you want, you can just wait here for an hour or so and I can swing back when I'm done and pick you up. Just don't go around bothering my men. Don't move a muscle. Don't so much as make eye contact with them. They're supposed to be working. I'll see you then. Tabitha leaves the room. As soon as she's gone, you place Kanika's earbuds back in your ears. Hey, is everything good? Tabitha was actually helpful, but I've still got some questions for her men. Really? That's incredibly surprising. It looks like like most of the miners scattered after you went into her office, but it might still be worth a look around. No use sticking around here. Yeah, I'm waiting here for an hour. Head back outside to continue your investigation. As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. Who dat? A girl carrying a bundle of snack pops through a hole in the fence disappears over the crest of... Gee, Rosalind? Hey, I think I just saw Rosalind. Wait, really? What is she doing here? I'm gonna go after her. Good idea. We'll try and catch up with you. You rush over the hill and get your bearings, the sound of active mining fading into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point toward the nearby mine. She did. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. Yeah, one for each. That's a ditchling in the tree. See that? That's one of them dar ditchlings. They all be done up all up in the tree. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one to drag me into an abandoned coal mine. Have teens all... I guess we should go after her, right? There's more than one. Oh, I just realized she has a bat belt buckle. I like it. Maybe there's just one lookout. I don't see any others around. Yep. Yeah, let's head in before someone gets hurt. Whoa, you sure you want to tag along, Neeks? Darkerney and I can handle our own. Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there. Even if it means I have to go underground. Stella and Kanika disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. Kids getting into the mine, yeah. You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into the Shaw mine. I figured you should know. What, are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Whatever, I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, all right? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. I called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. I swear to God. I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. You hang up on the call. Follow Kanika and Stella into the mine. You take a deep breath and follow your new friends into the mine. Man, they don't feel like new friends. They feel like old friends. The inside of the mine is warmer than you expected. The air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall. forcing you and your companions to hunch over, your legs bent in painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. Yeah, mines weren't. Hey, you made it. I told you would. For a second there, Kanika thought you were making a beeline for Tabby. I was checking behind us to make sure the coast was clear. I'm going to tell the truth. I mean, I know Street Smarts is going to, probably the better option, but I like the truth better. I actually kind of did. I called her before coming in. Are you kidding me? I don't know how long it's going to take for this to get through to you, Darker Neon, but that woman is not to be trusted. Well, what matters is the gang's all here. We'll find Rosalina in no time. Sigh. Press on. At least I told you the fucking truth. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. If there's still coal dust, somebody's doing something. Jesus, it's cramped down here. Does anyone else chest feel tight? Yeah, abandoned mines are way more claustrophobic than people expect them to be. And this one's real bad. You know, because of the child miners, or should I say the minor miners. No. Kanika visibly shudders. Okay, I'm not superstitious, but if there's one way to make sure you get haunted, it's cracking jokes about dead child laborers while walking on their graves. Yes, exactly, which is why I chose not to make a joke. What can I say? I do my best to tempt the spirits wherever I go. I actually snuck down here a few times to try and get some good footage, part of my ghost hunting phase. Jesus, Stella, the thing you do for viewers. Did you find anything? I wish. If any place in Scarlet Hollow was actually haunted, it'd be this mine, hands down. But all I got was dust in my lungs and a couple of false alarms. That's really bad for you. You should be wearing a mask. Even just a regular N95 mask. Stella pauses as sound rushes overhead. Oh my God. What is that? The mine's going to collapse and we're all going to die here, aren't we? That's just how wind sounds down here. You sound so disappointed. It just brings back memories of my last foray into these depths. Every time I thought I'd finally found a spooky ghost, there wound up being very... You got me that time. I finally found a spooky ghost there, wound up being a very unghostly explanation. Like local wildlife, for instance. Stella turns her flashlights up towards an alcove up above, overhead. These guys got me real good last time I was here alone. Oh my God, there are bats down here? I'm going to get rabies, aren't I? I'm going to get rabies and die in a mine collapse. Yeah, bats, bad. You holding up okay, Neeks? Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little on edge. Kanika is stopped mid-sentence by a thunderous knock echoing from deeper in the mine. Okay, what was that? That was... I have no idea what that was. Did that sound like knocking to you guys? It sounds like rock shifting somewhere deeper in the mine. We should be careful. Could be, or maybe it's Tommy knockers. Okay, no, Tommy knockers are not real. They're not allowed to be real. Are you trying to give me a panic attack? I'd love to spend some extra time poking around down here. Maybe it's got something to do with the mystery. The three of you are interrupted by a second, much less distant sound of a can being popped open. Okay, now that wasn't Tommy knockers. It came from this way. Follow me. These kids are in so much trouble. Follow Stella. You and Kanika follow Stella further into the mine. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageway gives way to a small cavern. A group of teens turns and stares at you with annoyance. What the hell are all you doing down here? What the hell are you doing in here, you creeps? Are you stalking us? Yeah, creeps. I just said that, Alexis. If I wanted an echo, I'd yell into the Grand Canyon. Yeah, I'm not going to say let them have their fun. This is an abandoned mine. Like, this is, like, nasty business. Your dad's looking for you, Rosalina. And who the hell are you exactly? That's Darker Neon, Tabby's cousin. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you, Rosalina. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Don't you kids have school tomorrow anyway? It's fall break. We're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? The teens avoid eye contact. The one you met earlier at the general store tries to melt into the cavern wall. Oh no, I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing down here? Becca's right. Sounds to me like you're stalking and harassing and all of that. You're supposed to be minding the store. It's not like anyone even comes in on Tuesday. And Mom's there, so it's fine. Eyes dart uncomfortably around the cavern as Kanika tears into her brother. It's not fine. It's extremely not fine. Why do I always have to be the responsible one? Do you know what I would give to be as carefree as you? I left school so you would have a chance to live your life. And this is what you're doing with it? What would Dad think if he could see this? Stealing booze from the family store to dick around in an abandoned mine? Dad's dead, Kanika. But if he were here, he'd be disappointed you wound up being such a bossy jerk. Who cares if we're having canned margaritas somewhere nobody's supposed to bother us? Both y'all should cool it. There's no reason we can't all safely chill here together. Pass me one of those canned margaritas. Hell yeah, right on. The teen in the beanie passes you a canned margarita. You know, it's not actually even that dangerous down here. My dad is a foreman of the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe. We can hang out here whenever we want. I love the dog. Oh, hell yeah. The dog is so cute. And welcome back. I don't know when you came back, but this is the first time you said anything, so. I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis. He got promoted last month. Correction. Your father was foreman of the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. What? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Tabby. It's probably for the best that she's here. Okay. No, you're fine. I'm just saying welcome back. Well, I called her. She didn't follow us. I called her. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. This is why in modern mines they actually attach, bolt into the rock actual doors, so you can't open it without the proper stuff. Come on, this place was way sturdy. Check it out. Tuna's Benny jumps up and slaps the strut on the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we heard earlier? Oh my God, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill and smart, too. Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm tired of people in this town dragging my cousin headlong into danger. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. Aw, come on, you guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous things all the time, and I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them where they can hang out? The mine manager? The person that owns the place? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave, much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mines not a clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha. Tear the sad 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you, and I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So she's sad. So what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. Passage of time is inescapable. Your teenagers hanging out with an eighth grader, drinking bitch beers in a mine. How much sadder can you be? I'm sorry. Everybody in this situation is sad. Like, your whole idea of having fun is going into a cave, drinking bitch beers, and hoping it doesn't collapse on you? How dumb is that? Like, am I old? Like, is this just a sign of me being old that does not sound like fun? Even when I was a kid, that doesn't sound like fun? I might explore it, but I sure as hell wouldn't be drinking while doing it. I mean, body weight alone, a bitch beer is enough to get them enough, screwed up enough that they're going to die because they're going to find some hole and fall in it. Because that's what happens in abandoned mines. I know. I grew up around abandoned mines. You don't go any further than the sunlight. Right? Like, if you're going to do stupid stuff, at least research how to be the safest you can at it. And slapping a 100-year-old wooden beam is dumb. And you got a pot leaf hat on, beanie, with a stoned Bugs Bunny. You've got to be kidding me. Like, you're Shaggy if he was real and he's hallucinating the dog. You just want to be edgy, and I hate to say this, you're emo. You are closeted and you really like this person, but you're afraid to say it. You're really sad that your dad's dead and you're rebelling because you don't know what's worth in life anymore. I'm not sure about you. Just impressing older kids? I grew up with kids like this. I know exactly what's going on. I mean, am I wrong? Like, am I out of pocket here? Just like I'm pretty sure Tabitha's setting up some kind of industrial accident so she can live off the insurance money and leave Scarlet Hollow for once. Because that's her secret wish, is to leave. But she can't leave because she has all these responsibilities. She can't sell the mine because it's barely scraping by. Stella lost her parents in a car accident, my guess. And I think she was the one survivor of that said car accident. The only thing she has of her previous life is Gretchen. I don't know what killed these two's dad, but I'm guessing it has something to do with the mines. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell them about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library the past couple of weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. What? They've got a hot plate and a couple of cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Like I said, Shaggy. He's hallucinating the dog. I don't know what you're escaping, but it's probably not good. Like, I'm sure all of you have reasons for being here, And none of it's good because all of your home life sucked because you're in a town that's dying. Rosalina deserves better. I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do your underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off my property. Tabitha? Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for all that. He's a good guy and he cares about you. I was telling you the guy was creepy and that there was something wrong. He thinks our house is haunted. Oh? Wait, what? And I should care because? Because it's such a bullshit excuse. I actually agree with you on that one. I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, bullying or something? I'm agreeing with Shaggy? Oh, yeah, they are definitely getting black lungs. I mean, she's probably already got it at 20-something and is slowly dying. Shut up, Zane. Back up. He says it's haunted? I can't believe he didn't mention it to me. I could investigate. There's no ghost, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it. Like I'm still a little kid. All right, well, that makes sense why you're... Ugh, you're all children, and none of you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in the exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. I really don't like Tabitha. Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyway. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. Becca, I sleep with stuffed animals if my wife's out of town. I like something to cuddle. Sorry, 20-something years with somebody next? Yeah, I want something to cuddle. Smeg off. Exactly. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know. See what I mean? I rest my case. Now, back to the game. Back to the story. Let's see what happens now. I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labor? At this rate, I'd be surprised if your house wasn't haunted. I'm going to go like this. I'm not going to weigh in on this. This is between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, if Rosalina's house is haunted, we should break in and, ghost bust it or something. Sounds pretty rad to me. Okay, why am I agreeing with Shaggy? Really, dude? Really? Because that sounds like fun. Whatever gets you delinquents out of my mind. Oh my God, Zane. You can't ghost bust if there is no ghost. Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. I bet we could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real. And if it isn't real, well, problem solved. Right? It's most likely, it's called radon poisoning. And you're over a coal mine, which is very common, which has been known to kill people. Let me think about this for a second. You might want to check out your radon. Get a radon detector and stuff. Because that happens. Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghostbusts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There is no ghost. You don't know that. Just because I haven't found solid proof that there really is ghosts doesn't mean there isn't ghosts. As I've been often said, just because you have an explanation for something doesn't mean that is the explanation. Just like you can't explain something doesn't mean there isn't an explanation. Just saying, you know, just because I can explain why the sun, creates fusion and all of this, it doesn't mean it's the actual explanation. There's so much about science we don't know. Sure, fusion fits a whole lot of maps, but what if the baseline theory is wrong? Sorry, I went off on a segue there. I apologize. But yeah, that is one of my one of my sayings is that just because you can explain a thing doesn't mean it is an explanation. I mean, that's how we got religion. And just because you can't explain something doesn't mean there isn't an explanation. I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung or gets crushed by rocks or meets one of many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Not least of which is also serial killers, which I'm beginning to wonder is Tabitha. I did not like that. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. I do not like that. Why does that sound like literally creates this like weird tension in my chest? That's weird. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella. Didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommyknockers for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we gotta check it out. Stella. I know, but weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want you out of here, Stella. Aw, come on, Tabby. You can come along too. If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Other than the stoner motif, I am so Zane. Yes, thank you. I am going to switch that hydrate thing. I'm going to find a sound effect. Like, even if it's just water filling up a jug, I'm going to find something that actually adds something to that. Because that seems ridiculous that you just have this hydrate, but it doesn't actually do anything. You know what I mean? I always thought on Ghost Stream that it just didn't work. I didn't realize that there wasn't actually something to go with it. Like, how hard is a water sound effect? Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. And why are your eyes so foggy? Like, why does it look like you have Gretchen's eyes? Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun, Neat. No. You hear sounds like that, you need to get the F out. It will not. Wait a second. Where'd three of you run off to? Are you kidding me? Okay, that. I might be able to get that done. I'm permitting that. Unbelievable. Wow, Kanika, maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here. Right? Yes, I will be using that. Thank you, Green Jeans. I will find some way to make that work. I have a few options. Ugh. They must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes, but never been able to get these hips through. Stella, stop sneaking into my mines. Please, I'm literally begging you. I mean, she's actually probably trying to protect you. Seems good. It's lit. Dorito. You know, I am too old to get half of the, like, I get the idea, but I don't understand burrito at the end. Like, just good things. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess. But no, they just have to be remnants from a bygone era. Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago? Oh, okay. Well, valid. I was trying to get you to leave my mine. Becca's head pops out of the tunnel's entrance. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here a million times. And that's how gambling works, folks. And superstitions. Oh, it worked this time. It'll work every other time. Really? Yeah, really. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally, yeah, closeted, not willing to tell her crush she feels something. Whatever, come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their families sue me into the ground. You can't, actually. They're trespassing, which means they give up any and all right to sue you for trespassing. Because their kids trespassed into your mine. It is illegal for them to even try and sue you. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah, you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mind. Except for you, Darker Neon. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure, I can never fit in that tunnel anyways. They have crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies anyways, and the service down here sucks. You are a little jerk, and I get it, but I don't. I will happily escort these two knuckleheads out. No, you're not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Aw, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton, and I can totally help out. I love the puppy dog eyes she's giving. Like, complete with the, like, watery, like, please, please. I hope I'm not irritating your ears. Ugh, there's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. I've read a lot of stories about cave rescuers needing their own rescues. Are we biting off more than we can chew? Should we get some professionals down here? I am a professional. I'd also prefer to resolve this issue without word getting out if possible. Again, I don't want to deal with angry parents trying to sue me for their own negligence. Inspiring. Aw, don't worry, Darker Neon. It'll be fun and safe. No, it's not safe. I'm sure. Oh, that's a loaded statement, Tabby. I'm sure that's exactly what you told him last night, and we all know how that ended. We'll know in 9 months. Oh, wait, no, wrong joke. Sorry. Tabitha, don't push Stella away like that. She hasn't done anything to deserve it. Not you too. I said she could tag along, didn't I? What's the big deal? It's all right, Dr. Neon. Tabby's just a bit of a curmudgeon. All right, let's do this. Sure. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want a repeat of last night, and who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. I'll see you on the other side, hopefully soon. For sure, we won't be long. Cool, can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Kanika, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. All right, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with him if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. Venture deeper into the mine. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls, and you cannot trust those. But Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was like really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Oh, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Hey! I don't know, I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat. Oh, come on, she doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? One with integrity. As I found out, I was actually really pissed. I just subscribed to this guy, because he talks a lot of shit about gaming journalists, and how they, couch sponsorships and all of this stuff as gameplay. Well, in a video he put out a couple of days ago was a fully sponsored video for a game that doesn't even freaking exist yet. All he could do was he was sponsored by and show a release trailer, and the game's not even built yet. All it is just a friggin' cinematic trailer. And it's run by NetEase, one of the worst companies in gaming. And I'm just like, really? I just subscribed to you. Nope, done. Unsub. You just lost because you're going to sit here and talk like you have integrity and bitch at everybody else, and then you're going to do the exact same thing? I'm sorry. If I'm going to continue doing gaming and stuff, I will not take gaming sponsors. Even stupid mobile ads, even though they pay really well. I will take things that I believe in. I will not take stupid stuff that might be a conflict of interest. If I could, I would be sponsored by Cheeky. The soap, like beef jerky, something that's pretty darn safe, and I like to eat because I eat a lot of beef jerky. But Cheeky, the soap that Moist Critical puts out. Even though the bars look smaller, it has lasted me longer than the Dr. Squatch, because I think I'm almost a whole month, and it's like a normal size bar, but the soap is actually lasting longer. And I have skin issues, like dry skin, and it's not absolutely drying out my skin. The scent on it lasts a little bit longer. You can still smell it on your skin a few hours later, but it's not overpowering. It's just if you smell your hand, you can still smell it. So it's good soap. Just in case y'all want to look. I mean, I'm not sponsored or anything. I'd love to be. But if you want to switch to a bar soap, because I will tell you, there's a lot of reasons why, but liquid soap is actually pretty bad for you in multiple ways. They use plastic microbeads for your agitation and grit, but also what they don't tell you is how they get that silky smooth feeling on it, especially ones for the bathroom, is because they add plastic microbeads that you can't even see. My name is Tostito El Dorito. You ate my father. Prepare to fry. My name is Tostito El Dorito. You ate my father. Prepare to fry. But what if I give you a hot dog? Anything you want, I'll give it to you. I want my father back. Anyway, moving on. I mean, not yet, but I'm still in talks with Meat Rice. And I make plenty from ads and donations. Yeah, same. I mean, I've got a few. I've made $30 so far this month. Dang, Stella, Meat Rice? That's a big deal. They're on every big podcast, which means they're just shills and what you're selling is garbage. Remember, folks, if everybody's selling you the same thing, it means that company shelled out a whole lot of money and they're just making money off of you. I am not getting any sponsors anytime soon. Thank you. It feels really like a big step for the channel. I just wish Becca hadn't said all the things she said tonight. Becca's a child. Who cares? She's just mean. It had nothing to do with you. You've seen how she treated everyone tonight, except Tabitha. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm surprised you don't have thicker skin about this, Stella. You never struck me as someone who let other people's opinions bother you. If you did, I wouldn't have tried so hard to keep you off my property. Well, I know you don't mean it. Agree to disagree. How does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? I feel nothing about it. The opinions of children don't interest me. I actually happen to agree with you on that one, Tabitha. I don't know. You kind of hesitated there. You're reading into things that aren't there, Stella. Just because your livelihood revolves around what people think of you doesn't mean that I care what people think of me. I'm pretty sure you care. Congratulations on your sponsor, though. I'm just glad they're not gossiping about me. Yeah, I know, they're just teens, but some of that stuff stung. Who cares? Another knock, closer, interrupts your thoughts, followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. Okay, that knocking is starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalina. It's just mind sound. No, it's not. Did you guys see that? No, it was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. I saw it. Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. That sounds just the active mining echoing through the walls, right? That sounds just the active mine echoing through the walls, right? Nah, it's Tommyknockers. I'm sure of it. It's not Tommyknockers. That being said, it's also definitely not the active mine. We use a machine these days, and it sounds nothing like that. Yeah, it'd be more like a constant grinding. Look at this sweet, innocent face. Look at that. That's like the face of a golden retriever. I love it. The artist in this did a great job. Oh yeah, Gretch isn't with us. She's back with Kanika. It's probably just rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. Those poor kids. I have no sympathies for their terror. They brought this upon themselves for trespassing in my mind and making me come down here. I'm sure they're just upset that you came down here as you are. They're just as upset that you came down here as you are. Jeez. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. I will say, in real life, you would never catch me spelunking. I don't care. I'm with Kanika on this. Caves suck. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below. It shouldn't be hard to find them once we get down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over its edge. All right, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. Follow them down into the pit. Down, down, down to Goblin Town. I'm pretty sure this is the way back. Come on. Pretty sure? I thought you'd been down here before. Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry. I don't want to be down here anymore. I think it was actually this way. Oh, shut up. No one even wanted you to come with us anyway. Becca! Yep, they're close, all right. Good thing they're so damn loud. It sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. Step forward. There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. Huh? Walk towards it. You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest. The desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit. Why is this my only choice? Hey, are you alright, Darker Neon? Maybe I named my character appropriately. Bear witness. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. What? Darker Neon, are you all right? Oh, thank God you're alive. Looked like you had a seizure or something, and you and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. Ugh. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm going to get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. Don't die on me, all right? You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Most likely CO2 poisoning, yes. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridors. Becca, you're just getting us more lost. It's this way. If you're so sure, then why don't you just leave? I can't believe I let Alexis talk me into inviting you in the first place. Becca, I'm just trying to help. I said go. Okay, I will, Alexis. You don't want... okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her. You know that, right? Pick a side, Alexis. I'm sure Becca knows where we're going. She wouldn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina. The increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you. You can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? I had some sort of vision. Did you see it too? There's got to be fumes or something down here. So don't mind. These places are death traps. We probably just hallucinated. Are you literally gaslighting me? I said I saw it too. Stop being weird. We're leaving. Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left, out of breath and teary-eyed. I'm so sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rock falling. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mind collapse. Quick, up the ladder, both of you. Well, wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they're going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Do you have a death wish, little girl? This isn't a movie. The best thing we can do to help those girls right now is not be buried alive ourselves. I'm saving right before this. They're two kids. Go after Becca and Alexis. Okay, let's do this. Darker Neon, don't do this to me. They're kids, Tabitha. I'm not going to leave them down here. Are you serious? Thank you. They're back this way. Hurry. Rosalina runs back the way she came. Follow her. The mines shake with each new thunderous blow as bits of rock and dust fall off the ceiling and scatter on the floor around you. Rosalina leads the way, and Tabitha isn't far behind her. I thought you knew the way out. I thought you'd be down here a million times already. I was making it up, okay? I swear to God, Darker Neon, if we get stuck down here. I'm glad you decided to come along. You won't regret it. We'll see about that. We're coming. Just stay where you are. Rosalina, you came back? I don't want to die down here. Then move. Okay. You quickly push your way back towards the entrance, pieces of falling rock littering the path around you. You're lucky this is actually an old collapse. Just saying, because that actually, it creates it'll collapse slower, rather than in a new collapse, it'll collapse all at once. Now, once the last team is up, Tabitha grabs onto the ladder and starts climbing. Climb out of the pit. You follow suit and start climbing. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you expect from someone who spent her entire working life in and around coal mines. Why couldn't you just listen to someone other than yourself, Becca? Womp womp. I'm sorry, okay, good. This isn't the time for accusations. Just keep moving. Continue towards the entrance. You push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. To your horror, you can see cracks forming on the walls of the tunnel. Come on, we gotta go faster. We're almost there. I can see the entrance. Your surroundings quake as the mine collapses all around you. Oh! And then the knocking fades. You feel safe, having arrived back at the entrance in one piece. But what the fuck? What the fuck? Rosalina, are you okay? Please tell me she just passed out. Clearly she's not okay, idiot. Shut up, Becca. It was your idea to go down there in the first place. This is your fault. Shit. Why did this have to happen? Okay, the knocking stopped at least. All of you stay exactly where you are. I'm going to make some calls. Cough. This really hurts. Yeah? Stella and Kanika popped their heads through the mine entrance. Tabitha just stormed out of here. Are you? Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Stupid. Yeah. Rosalina, can you hear me? We're going to get you out of here, okay? Stella already called an ambulance. But that means the cops are going to come. They're going to know I was drinking. They're going to know we went in there to drink, right? Becca, that doesn't matter. If my dad finds out, he'll kill me. He can't know. Actually, not necessarily, Green Jeans. It's most likely, but not always. Especially this young, you might be able to rehab because crush breaks, it depends on how much force is being used. Becca squirms through the gap in the boards and scampers away. Don't worry about her, Rosalina. She's being an asshole. One of us should wait by the gate to make sure they can find us up here. I should check in with Tabby, see if she needs help. We're going to get help. Everything's going to be okay. All right, I'll go down to the gate. Rosalina, I'm so sorry. I'll be back soon. We're going to get you out of here, and we're going to be just fine, okay? Darker Neon and Alexis will keep you safe until then. And Gretchen's got you, too. Look at that pupper. That is such a good pupper. Am I going to die? Rosalina, don't say things like that. No way. I've seen people bounce back from worse. Thanks, Darker Neon. Rosalina breath comes in quick, irregular bursts. If I don't make it, tell my dad I'm sorry. You're not going to die. It's a crushed leg. It's not like you're bleeding out. In fact, the pinching is probably keeping you alive from bleeding out. I'm the one with something to be sorry about. This is all me and Becca's fault. We never should have gone down here. It's not your fault. I went down there because I wanted to. Rosalina pauses, catching her breath. Thank you, Dark Neon. I'm glad everyone else made it out okay. Couldn't have done it without your help. Alexis is right. You are very mature for your age. Worrying about others at a time like that, you're more brave than a lot of adults I know, like Tabitha. In truth, Rosalina, it's true, Rosalina. You're really brave. Braver than I am, and smarter. If I hadn't stuck with Becca, maybe, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't have been different. It's just not fair that this happened to you. You're the nicest person I know, Rosalina. Still awake, just hurts like hell. Sorry, I shouldn't be pushing you to talk. No, actually, you really should be keeping her awake. I'll just hold your hand until they come back with help, okay? Alexis grasps Rosalina's hand. Tears streak down both their cheeks as you sit in silence together, waiting for the long, anxious moments to pass before help arrives. Yeah. Some of my men are on the way with rock lifts. We'll get you out and wait until you actually have somebody that can stabilize her. You can't just lift the rock off. The sudden blood flow to the wound will actually be really bad. They're over here, Earl. Jesus H. Christ, you weren't kidding about the emergency. It'll still be a bit for the ambulance. The nearest depot is over in Brevard, so it'll be at least another half hour. Oh my God. She's going to lose the leg. You heard the man. Hey, D-Muffin, how's it going? You have half an hour to get her out of here. Move it. And of course, you're showing up just about 5 minutes before I shut down. I'm sorry. Rosalina, sweetie, I'm here. Dad, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You don't have to be sorry. It's okay. We're all here. You can hang on, Rosalina. I know you can. Tabitha's men quickly get to work and manage to pull Rosalina out of the rubble just as the ambulance arrives. Yeah, you caught the tail end. I started about 2 hours ago. Sir, I'm afraid there's no space in the back. That's bullshit. You're not going to let the father go with the kid? What do you mean? I can't ride with her? You're better off driving behind us. We're headed to Brevard, so it's quite a way. Actually, okay, that is kind of a point. Is she going to be okay? Is she going to make it right? Please, God. Yeah, sir, I promise. We're going to do everything we can to keep her stable. Her vitals are looking good. Yeah, she's young. It's a crushed leg. This isn't going to kill someone. If it was higher up and on the femur, that might be a different matter. But crushed at the calf is probably the best place for it. Going to be a long path to being back to better, though. Rosalina, my poor baby, I'll be there as fast as I can, okay? I promise you won't be alone. I love you, Dad. The paramedics load Rosalina into the back of the ambulance and drive off. Oscar approaches you off to the side as the police talk to Tabitha and her men. What the hell happened in there? It was just a horrible accident. Nobody could have known this would happen. I mean, sure, but those kids maybe shouldn't have been in an abandoned coal mine. Yeah, okay, Kanika, we know that they shouldn't be, but don't make the dad resent the actions. It's like, really, this is a horrible accident. No, this was no teenager's fault. It's a parent's job to make sure their kids don't deliberately put themselves in these situations. Rosalina was mad at me, and instead of fixing the thing that was driving her away, I just ignored it. This is my fault, to a certain degree, and yes, she is only an 8th grader, but